Hi, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 28th through February 4th. Let's see what's going on with you guys. I feel like you guys have some big energies here. Big energies, and it's largely in part due to Saturn. A lot of the earth signs, also Taurus. You guys are dealing with a little bit of drama. Not a little, a lot of drama in your love lives, a lot of feeling of regret, a lot of feeling of competition, being in competition, either someone putting themselves in competition with you or you with others. And let's see where this is going this week for the week of January 28th through February 4th. Hope it's a good one, guys. We're going to look at if you're falling in love, if you're looking for love, if you're having challenges in your love life, and we're also going to look at general for money and work. So, first card out, Defiance. This is if you're falling in love, and Deception. This looks and feels to me like, again, walking away from someone who did you wrong, or someone walking away from you, but there's a great feeling of being wrong, that someone has wronged you, or someone was wrong, or someone was doing something wrong to you, totally off, incorrect, compromising you, putting you in compromising situations, or making you feel compromised, trying to convince you to compromise yourself in some way that you did not feel in any way comfortable with. Maybe you played along for some time or a little while, but when you walked away, it was quite abrupt, or this person walking away from you was quite abrupt. This is Moira. This is a fate, and you guys had this last week where I was trying to avoid saying this in the cheater spread, that the dissolution of the relationship or the cheating had come about as a matter of fate, and that Virgo had to learn this lesson that sometimes in life things happen that should not have happened. This is a part of the maturity for Virgo, being quite naive in a way, and this type of innocence, a type of lost innocence because of a situation. And this kept coming up with fate and destiny. It was fate and destiny, and that Virgos have to learn about this aspect of fate and destiny, and not to feel so bad about a situation or a condition because it's a matter of fate right now. So I have to deliver that message because this is back again for you in this position. This is a leap of faith, and fate matched together in your search for love. So love comes and love goes. And the best thing that you can do right now is to take yourself out of a crazy situation, both mentally and physically. Do not participate if things are dramatic, even if things are getting physical, because it can happen. Take yourself out of that situation. You don't have to participate in that. Even if you're being threatened in some way, you're not putting up with it. I don't even feel like I need to tell you. You're too smart for that. You're not putting up with it. And sometimes people are brought into your life that are tricky or underhanded, and you still fall in love with them. Do not blame yourself or feel bad. It's sometimes a matter of fate, and you have less control in those situations. This is plexonia. This is a card of being calculated, and also a card of greed. And this is kind of sitting side by side with this card of deception. So perhaps the person or persons that you are dealing with are a bit superficial or calculating in how they plan to take advantage of you. This is a fall, but it didn't happen. It couldn't happen. You're not letting it happen. You're taking control of yourself, of the situation. They didn't get to do the things that they wanted to do to you. It didn't work. And it's almost like, look at the Fool side by side here for the leap of faith, jumping over into the other one. Unbelievable. To where the King has fallen. That Virgo, you Virgos who were being wronged or left in a vulnerable situation where you had to rely on someone's goodwill, or you did something in good faith and someone tried to get over on you, you were divinely protected, or you had this type of protection that the fool has. This innocence was protected in a way. You were protected from this, or this person, or this situation. This is being the actor, someone afraid of being discovered for who they actually are. This is retreat. Again, this feels more like protection to me, that you were able to quickly recover from the situation or from the person. You weren't relying on anybody else to come and save you or rescue you. You opened up your eyes and you found a way to get out of that, or to get away from this person. And this is a card of the troublemaker. And perhaps now this person is very angry with you. I feel like someone is very angry with you, or they feel like in actuality you wronged them, but you were only trying to protect yourself, and you were only trying to take care of yourself, your situation, and you opened your eyes and saw the reality and made a quick correction. And you were protected, and maybe this is also throwing the person a bit off. Like, how did he or she get away? How did they see that? How did they know that? How did they go so quick? Where did they go? That's all what I have. A lot of speedy activity. But Virgo still has lessons to learn. And they feel like baby lessons, like things you should have already been aware of at this point in your life. You see the little child and the troublemaker around the fire. I see that more like you touch fire and you get burned. This is one of the first lessons that a little child learns. You touch fire, you touch something hot, you get burned. So I'm not sure if there's a message in that for Virgos right now, but you know, you pick up a snake and you get bit. So watch out for that. Sometimes people put on false faces, and we all know this, and you get duped, but sometimes it is a matter of fate. Sometimes you do run into those people who can trick you or dupe you or take advantage of you, and you feel bad about it later because you feel like you should have known it or you should have seen it. But sometimes things happen because they're destined to happen. It's a type of destiny to your situation right now. If this is love and you're trying to make something work, a new relationship, I would say that you have more lessons to learn, that you might be able to have some fun with the person, but there's a maturity lacking in that situation right now. You're maturing, Virgo, and you're being put in situations where you're forced to mature at an accelerated rate right now. This maturity is accelerating, but you're always going to keep your innocence. Don't be afraid of that. And you're also always going to be kind of lucky or protected, at least right now, for the week of January 28th through February 4th. Let's see if anything else comes out for you guys. A lot of big energy for you. Sorry if I rushed through that, but it just came like that. I think it was a bit of a correction from last week. 7 of Cups on top of the card of Defiance. We have the Lovers on top of the Deception card. The King of Swords on top of the Leap of Faith. Judgment on top of Fate. Big energies again. Big energies, guys. We have the Hermit. That's your card. This is like the advice for you on top of plexonia. This is a matter of being more calculated. Yeah. You can still be your youthful, innocent, and naive self. That's a beautiful thing. But you have to pay attention, especially in situations that are detrimental to your health, especially in situations where someone tries to compromise you or get you to do something that you really know that you shouldn't do. It goes against your own better judgment. And especially when something seems to be too good to be true. You have to rely on pulling out some level of realism and maturity inside of yourself and be discerning, especially in situations that don't seem quite right. Never put yourself at risk. Yeah. And whatever this was right now, you got out of it. But remember, there's a lesson in that. Learn the lesson. Pay attention to the lesson. Pay attention to the signs. Yeah. Let's keep going. Hangman. Stop. Pay attention. Both with the halo. And this is also a type of divine protection. But pay attention. This is next also to the Hermit here, guys. And you're making a recovery. You're getting back up. Whatever it was that tried to knock you down, or whoever it was that tried to knock you down, it didn't work. But heed the lesson. Just got that. You have a script when you're an actor. You have a script that you have to follow. You have a script that you have to learn. It takes time. And you learn it. They learn it. You can learn it. You've learned it. Apply the lessons also that you've learned now because of this situation. Apply the lessons that you've learned. I'm keeping that same message with this card with the Four of Cups. Maybe you don't want to recognize certain things about fate or destiny or hurts or disappointments. But again, it should be that way. It was supposed to be that way. Was supposed to be that way. What you're going through right now. It's a part of the lesson also. It's also part of the lesson, guys. And finally, and this is really something on the edge of this reading with the troublemaker and the devil lining up here. You guys be careful. Whoever this is who was trying to take you down or out or make trouble for you or cause problems for you, and even if this is you doing it to yourself, learn the lesson. Please, guys, learn the lesson. If this is someone who's still trying to make trouble for you or they still have ill thoughts towards you, they can't do anything to you. They can't damage you. It's going to do more damage to them than anyone else. But just keep yourself on that good track, headed in a good direction. Still being your innocent, lovely selves, taking that leap of faith, but being discerning as you take that leap of faith and as you recover and come out of this close call. That's what I have, guys. And I don't want to be dramatic, but that's what I have. Take it as a blessing. Yeah. And look out for yourself. Look out for yourself, guys. So that's what I have for Virgo for the week of January 28th through February 4th. Thank you for joining me. If you like it, then like, share, and subscribe so I can keep coming back here and doing what I do. And thank you for joining me. Hopefully I see you next week, guys. Thanks. Bye.